John Quigley joins us now. He's a Professor Emeritus of International Law at Ohio State University. John, thanks for joining us. There has been a lot of rhetoric on both sides. What's your assessment of the Israeli intervention in the coming hours, if not day or so?
Well, I think it would be quite unfortunate if it goes ahead as planned. The Israeli side, of course, is viewing this, as your commentator just said, from the standpoint of the history of the Second World War, and they see themselves as in need of being defended, given what happened last weekend, which was quite horrible. On the other hand, the Palestinians also view what's going on, as your interviewee just said from Gaza, when she talked about her parents who are afraid to leave to go to the south because they view what's occurring as what she called a second Nakba. And by that she means a second eviction of the Arabs of Palestine from their homeland. And that, of course, occurred in 1948. The population of Gaza is made up mainly of refugees, people who were forced out of their home areas in 1948. So the parents remember that, of course, and they are concerned that if they go south, they will never be allowed to come back even to where they live in the northern part of Gaza.
And as this, bombardment invasion increases, Israeli moves in over land, air and sea, might this possibly persuade Hezbollah to be more deeply involved in the conflict? And how might that change things, if so?
I think it will put pressure on Hezbollah. I mean, if they see the Palestinians being subjected to slaughter in Gaza, it's going to be very hard for them to sit on their hands.
Right. And I mean, meanwhile, the international community are discussing this situation a lot. Not a lot has been done so far. But of course, we know that Blinken is on tour in the Middle East. How crucial is this meeting, or this set of meetings by Blinken and Arab leaders? What can Arab leaders do, or what should they do?
Well, I mean, Arab leaders can encourage the United States to put pressure on Israel to postpone this. And it sounds as if the Biden administration is already taking steps in that direction, because the Biden administration sees what is happening, that with water cut off, with electricity cut off, with bodies piling up in hospitals, that it is a situation of absolute disaster already. And if Israeli troops go in and start shooting and looking in neighborhoods to find Hamas people, it's just going to get worse.
I mean, the US has, shown unwavering support for Israel. And of course, now we have Saudi Arabia putting US-backed plans to normalize ties with Israel on ice. Some believe that Hamas's goal was to sabotage closer ties between Saudi and Israel. Do you think that, while they may have succeeded in the short term, they will succeed long term, and that will put any possibility of a two-state solution on the back burner?
Yeah, it's possible. It's hard to know how this will all play out. Saudi Arabia has just asked for an emergency meeting of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation to take place in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, on Wednesday of this week. I don't know what will come out of that, but the fact that Saudi Arabia is calling for a meeting indicates that there is some plan on the part of some of the states in the region to take some sort of action.
All right, John, appreciate your time. John Quigley there, Professor Emeritus of International Law at Ohio State University.